Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I wish to indicate that I do support the bill, and I also want to urge that in future, if the House can do what they have done today, which is giving Honorable Soro an opportunity to speak before me, because then he gets inspired by my spirit and he speaks very well. So congratulations, Honorable Soro, you've spoken very well and spoken to a lot of the issues that Kenyans go through that relate to the insurance industry. And I would want to encourage you, especially with the position at which you're sitting now, that because if you look at this bill, it doesn't cover a lot of the issues that you are speaking to, but it would be nice if you can bring amendments so that those issues are covered, especially on the issue of discriminating against women who are having children, and we are treating childbirth as though it is a worse disease than some of the diseases that are covered. And it's not even a disease. So if you can actually consider doing that amendment, it would be very good. Maternity is a noble thing. It shouldn't be a thing that people criminalize or discriminate. Mr. Speaker, I'll be very brief because members have spoken a lot to this. But if you see what this amendment seeks to do is to ensure promptness in payment, is to ensure accountability by those who insure, and also to enhance punitive measures where they evade their responsibility. And Mr. Speaker, what I would actually want to say is that a lot of the amendments that I've seen that are coming before this House are born out of frustration. And they are born out of frustration not because there is a poor legislative framework, but because of an implementation framework. And you actually find that even with the law that is there now, if it was actually properly implemented, then there may not even have been there, any need to bring this amendment. But because we have enhanced a culture of impunity, then people think they can get away with anything. I would want to encourage, and I don't know how we are going to go about this, that we need to ensure that when we pass laws in this country, that they're enforced, because we can also pass this, and then the insurance agencies fail to actually do what we are urging them to do, make the deposits we want them to make and all that. And then we don't even punish them anyway. So I think for us, the greatest thing that we need to do is to make sure that there is punishment over this. I'll just speak very briefly to one of the things that Honorable Osoro has mentioned and leave it at that. Mr. Speaker, one of the things that Honorable Osoro is talking about is whether we can consider the possibility of vicarious liability, especially when we have the agencies. On my part, I think sometimes that also creates a bit of escapism. I think what we need to do is to be very sure that we find the person that we consider responsible, and for me, in that case, it should actually be the mother company, not the agents. And I would also want to say that one of the things that he has raised, which has been very frustrating, and you saw the members clapping as he was, or cheering as he was talking, is the experience that members face when they go to hospital. That sometimes you have to sit for 1 hour, you are waiting for authorization. Mr. Speaker, that is not even a legislative issue. That is an administrative issue. And I was actually saying that sometimes as members of parliament, we need to lead by example. If we can be frustrated and we are the leaders, how do we expect Kenyans then to be treated? If you are also complaining like Kenyans, how do we expect then Kenyans to be treated? For me, this is an administrative issue. And if you have an insurance agency that is not meeting our standards, this is a competitive area. Get another one. We have had insurance agencies that are excellent in the past. There are some benefits that were even removed in the past. You know, when I came in here in Parliament, if you are sick, you could go out of the country. Now I'm told, I don't know, ex gratia, blah, 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 a lot of Latin and English mixed. That does not help us a lot. So I think PSC should also look into things like that, so that if you have an agency that is not serving the interests of parliamentarians, then we need to deal with it. And finally, Mr. Speaker, I want to say there's a very good Azimio spirit. You can see today I'm wearing Azimio, and my two sisters sitting over there are very thoroughly Azimio. So there's a very nice Azimio spirit in the House. With those few remarks, I beg to support.
MP from Barre North, followed by the MP for Sotik. Where is the Honorable Sigei?